Yo, what is up guys, this is Twister and today I'm back with another video, and in this one I wanted to talk about some more ideas for Benny's widebody cars and also some more retro custom cars, because there's always the potential for some more DLC cars in GTA. We know we've got a big gun running update coming soon, which is possibly a bit more military focused, but obviously there's a good chance of having some more regular cars added into that DLC, and just any new DLC cars whenever, there's always that chance. And actually the last time I did this video talking about some ideas for Benny's cars and some retro custom cars, I talked about how I'd love a Ferrari F40 and a Lamborghini Countach, and well, we ended up getting both of those cars. We got the Turismo Classic and the Infernus Classic. Granted, the Infernus Classic was a bit more of a Diablo than a Countach, but I definitely don't think it was a coincidence that those two cars, which were already highly requested from people that wanted to see some new cars in the game, and then they were actually added into the game, I don't think that was a coincidence at all. I think Rockstar have definitely taken a few of the popular ideas from the community, so I thought that's what we'd do again in this video. And to make things a little bit more interesting for a few of the cars that I've got the ideas for, I've also been delving into a little bit of PC mods so you guys can actually see some cool gameplay of some of the in real life cars that I'm talking about in this video, just to make things a little bit more interesting. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that. So let's actually get into the first car, and I thought the Ford GT40, and I've seen this a few other times as well, especially in the comments of my last video, and I definitely agreed that the Ford GT40 would make a really awesome bullet retro custom car. It's such an iconic car from, I think it's the 60s, I believe. Pretty sure it ended up winning the Le Mans a few times in a row or something. Iconic car, especially when you have that, well, if it were to be added into the game, having the Ford Gulf livery, well, whatever Rockstar could potentially add in to have the Ford Gulf livery, the classic orange and blue. I don't know, I think having that car would be really cool, since we've got some more classic supercars-ish that are in the sports classics instead of what I would think to be in the supercars, because they're not really supercars, but they're not really sports classics. It's just a weird mix, so just throw in some more classic supercars to be able to compete again with the Turismo and the Infernus Classic. I think a bullet retro would be really cool, like the iconic car that is. I think that would really add to the sports classics class, especially in terms of racing. That would be really cool. Now for the next one, I have actually got some PC mod gameplay, and I think an old school Mini, the Austin Mini I think it is. I don't know if that actually was the first one, but again, this is another iconic classic car. It also did super awesome in whatever rally championships were back then, so I think a classic Mini would be pretty nice as the EC Retro into the compact class, because there are barely any compact cars. I think there's about 7, 8, no more than that. There's barely any in the compact class, so just adding some more cool compacts is pretty good. Like I said, it's a classic, well, race car from back in the day because of how small it was on the rally tracks and the rally championships. Obviously the performance back then was pretty insane because of how small of a car it was, but it's not really anything special today. But I still think just a classic Mini as an EC Retro would be a really nice addition to the compacts class. Now on to the supercars class, and I think it's about time that GTA gets another overflawed car, which basically is the Koenigsegg manufacturer in real life, because all we have is the overflawed Entity XF, which has been in the game since launch, and I don't know about you guys, but I just see the Entity as, I don't know, a bit of an outdated car in GTA terms, because there have been so many new supercars added since then, and no doubt Rockstar plan to add even more supercars, because it's the supercars that sell shark cards, so it's probably in Rockstar's interest. And I think a new Koenigsegg, a new overflawed supercar would work really well. There's a few new Koenigsegg models out there at the moment. There's the Agera, which is the modded car that you see in the gameplay. There's the Regera, which is a technically crazy supercar because I don't think it has any gears apart from one gear, so I don't know how that works. I'm not too much into the mechanics of cars, but for a supercar to just have one gear is pretty nuts, so having that in the game, that would be really cool. And there's also the Koenigsegg 1-to-1, which from what I can see looks really similar to the Agera, but it's a super highly spec'd supercar. The name 1-to-1, I'm pretty sure, comes from the fact that it's got an exact 1-to-1 ratio of its power to its weight, which again, technically that's pretty nuts for a supercar, and if that was to be added into GTA, that could be a really high performing supercar. And well, just adding more to the supercars class, which is already pretty in-depth with loads of variety in terms of the supercars that are already in the game. You know, having a new Koenigsegg like would fit right in at the top of the supercars class, I think anyway. So hopefully we get a new Koenigsegg supercar. Now getting on to some Benny's widebody cars. Not everybody likes the widebody stuff that has been added into GTA recently, but I'm personally quite a big fan of it. And two existing sports cars that I would like to see get the widebody treatment in Benny's are the Obey 9F and the LG. So the 9F is, well, it's pretty much an Audi R8, and obviously the LG is pretty much a Nissan GTR. And the R8 and the Nissan GTR both have really nice Liberty Walk body kit versions of those cars. And I'm already fans of those regular cars in real life, but with this Liberty Walk body kit on it, I don't know, man, they both look out of this world. So having some similar type of wide body kit on the 9F and the LG, once again, those were original cars that have been in the game since launch, so you can argue that they maybe look a little bit outdated, I'm not sure. I really do like those cars in game, but like I said, just having that wide body treatment I think would suit those cars really well. And then another car in GTA that I think deserves some wide body love is the Gauntlet muscle car. So this is meant to be based off of the Dodge Challenger in real life. It's not an exact replica, but it's there or thereabouts. But I don't know, for me, the Dodge Challenger in real life, I'm a big fan of that car, but in game the Gauntlet is just, I don't know, it's one of my least favourite cars. The Gauntlet itself has pretty much zero customization. I don't think it looks that great in game. I really don't think the Gauntlet that we have in the game right now does the Dodge Challenger any justice at all, because the Dodge Challenger in real life is a really cool looking muscle car, but the Gauntlet in game, in my opinion, it sucks. So I think if the Gauntlet was to get some wide body love, again, it's got a really cool Liberty Walk kit, and I think it's pretty much identical to what you're seeing on the PC mod in the gameplay right now. It's nothing too fancy, but it fits the car really well, and the Gauntlet in general just needs some good customization because, like I said, it's got nothing right now. The Gauntlet is such an underwhelming car in my opinion, but it has a lot of potential because at the end of the day it's meant to be resembling a Dodge Challenger, and it doesn't do that justice at all. And then to finish off this video with a pretty, let's say, interesting suggestion from the comments of when I last did this Benny's widebody and custom retro car ideas, someone suggested a Prius race car which could basically be a Dilettante custom. The Dilettante, however you pronounce it, is once again one of those cars that in GTA pretty much sucks, but I don't know, maybe Rockstar could actually, well, really spice it up with a race car Dilettante version that could look pretty nuts. The person who suggested this linked a picture of the race car Prius version with a massive spoiler, massive body kit, racing liveries, and it looks pretty mean. It just doesn't look like a normal Prius at all. It's the proper race car version, and like I said, that would be a very interesting thing to add into GTA, especially taking after the Dilettante with a race car version. I don't know, that'd be kind of nuts. It's nothing I'd have ever thought to suggest, but I can see it being quite a cool idea. So I don't know, maybe you guys will let me know your thoughts on that suggestion, or even if you have any suggestions of your own for Benny's widebody cars and some more retro custom cars, because I think with a lot of the cars that we've had recently, the Benny's cars and the retro custom cars have definitely been some of the best looking and some of my favourite cars that have been added into GTA. So I'd love to see that trend continue with some more cars in the future. So there we go, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys have also enjoyed some of the PC mod gameplay of some of the cars as well. That's possibly something I'll be doing a bit more going forward as well, because I've been delving a bit into PC mods recently. So there we go, that's something I could do for more videos. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you leave it a like rating, subscribe to the channel if you are new, follow me on Twitter, it's @iTwister, join the Discord server as well, it's linked down in the description, and I'll hopefully see you all in my next video. See you later guys.